where you know, you had to write out equations,
Mm.
Yeah.
and trying to get that to do in Word or
Okay.
things like that was just incredibly difficult.
Okay, FYI, I'm streaming. If one of you guys wants to have a look, I can show you it in action on the Windows drawing thing.
That's why my phone just went ping.
What are you streaming to? YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, this would be a good point to say. Phil, if you're watching Wizzy stream, get your butt on.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What's this meant to be? The sea. I didn't draw this picture. I've done some of the shading bits of the stuff, but that's probably a better colour for the sea, assuming this is the sea. Yeah. I'm never going to become a graphics artist, but for drawing diagrams, taking notes and stuff like that. Oh, okay, that's what that does. It backs it. Ha ha ha! Cool. I'm also learning what the buttons press. That's quite smart.
Yeah, we really need to actually mute you whilst you're on TeamSpeak, so we only hear you through the feed.
Yes. Although, yeah. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a fill function on this particular... That's quite annoying. Okay. Are you watching the feed? Can you see the picture of the windmill stuff?
User joined your channel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening indeed, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Hey.
I'm good, thank you.
In fact, don't mute me on TeamSpeak, Chris. Just mute me on the stream.
Yeah, but if we mute you on the stream when you say, "Oh, that's what that does," it takes it back. Then it's one of those where it's like, "Oh, what's he talking about?"
Okay, fine.
Oh, that's what that was. Right.
Okay, fine. Well, that makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to colour in the sea and show you kind of like, if I just gently, you get nice thin lines. If I then increase the pressure, you get nice thick lines.
What are you doing?
You don't want to know.
Which is quite handy, although there's no fill function. So anyway, that's that. But if you go up to the pencil function...
Pushing harder, thick lines, is that what we're saying?
Yes, that's what we're saying. But anyway,
Cool,
that's going to be so
this
disconnected.
is just too confusing.
It's going to be very disconnected. But, so you can pick a colour here, and then, you know, what's going to be even more funny, though, is that Chris is going to be responding. And of course, Chris can be heard on the stream. He can probably hear himself on the stream.
Me and John are just hearing hard and thick.
You're hearing what you want to hear. Quite impressed by the levels of pressure that it will sense, though, in terms of being able to. It's really not so fab. Let's draw. I know. Let's draw an isometric sun, because everyone loves an isometric sun. Let's not draw a
Where's Rick?
pencil.
About the only thing that this is really actually going to be of any use for is you're going to open up a file at some point, you're going to get the navy colour out, and then you're going to write your signature. And then you're going to save it and attach it to emails.
Yeah, that could work. That really did not work. It'd be better if this was a proper kind of painting application. There we go, isometric sun. Hey, this shows exactly how terrible my handwriting is. Anyway, I'm quite impressed. It is instant tracking, in fairness to it. That's quite positive. There is absolutely no delay, considering this is like a 20 £400 laptop there. Not laptop, tablet.
So what size tablet is it?
It's tiny. I think it's like 3 inches by 4 inches or something, but you get the full movement of the
Okay.
screen on it. So it's,
Yep.
you know, literally to cover the entire screen, I don't have to move my hand. Oops, I erased half the stuff. I got used to the button position. But yeah, to move across the whole screen, I barely have to actually move my hand too far. So you could change that and make it only cover like a box, you know, like that. I don't know if I'm not erasing everything. You know, so you could say only affect that much of the screen, and you can set like the buttons on the pen to do whatever you want to do. How does this? There you go, put some stuff back.
Mhm. And what brand was it?
It was HUION, and it was a H420. Again,
Okay.
it's the price that's mega cheap, so it's HUION. In fact, no, this isn't the H420. There is a H420. This was just the 420. The H420 has 3 hardware buttons on, and is about £7 more expensive. So it's probably worth it for the buttons because you can program them to do certain things. But I wasn't bothered. I was just like, this is just a test, and probably is going to be something that sits and collects dust. But in all honesty, I was more that there was certain times when I found myself drawing diagrams in on like a notepad, and then photocopying them. And I just thought, you know what, it'd be a lot easier if I could just draw stuff straight to the computer. And I thought, well, I don't need anything particularly amazing to do that. I'm not going to do anything particularly graphical. Oh, what the hell was that I just saw? Well, the person, I mean, it's probably entirely accidental, but... No, it was just accidental. It looked like the person had an eye. Anyway, you can ultimately just clear everything off, and I can make this a place for drawing crap and notes. And Windows has got, if I just close this down, Windows has got various drawing tools built in, it would appear. So, you know, and then you can just save that somewhere. I don't even know what that's about. And, you know, create more pads, and it's, you know, all about having a... Why's that turned up? I don't know. Alright, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, if I'm entirely honest. Delete. But it's quite nice in that regard that you've got these features built into Windows to just do some drawing. So yeah, if I wanted to be like, right, okay, you know, this is a server, or, you know, doing kind of rough network diagrams, whatever it is you might want to do. And then I'm sure there's a way to make that a bit fancier and stuff. Or if you wanted to illustrate something in the various things that we've done whilst trying to explain concepts to people, you know, about like catalogs that go from, you know, one time to one time, and then another catalogue that runs, you know, that time period, another catalogue that runs from that time period, and your financial year runs from that. So then you have an active catalogue there, an active catalogue there, and an active catalogue there. And for the money, considering it was dirt cheap, I'm quite impressed. It does, the tracking is pretty incredible. It's pretty much, you know, exact movement. I'm not seeing any slowdown or anything in terms of tracking the pen, like the exact movement. There's no lag behind it. That's the word I'm looking for. There's absolutely no lag behind it. It's just rapid. And I like the levels of precision, you know, even to the extent of seeing it thick or not. Anyway, I'm going to stop this now and stop the stream.